Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and this is going to be my top 5 movie recommendations for the month of October. Now, I think I'm going to stop doing this after the new year. I'm going to stop telling you guys how many movies I watched during the certain months. If you are still interested, definitely let me know. I just don't know if it's really necessary or if that's something you guys are interested in. But anyway, this is the segment where I pick 5 movies from the month that I've really enjoyed, and there are 2 honorable mentions. Now, this month I watched 123 movies, which is a record for me, and I usually go over the ones that I don't own and the ones that I've watched that maybe would have made the list, but maybe not. Okay, I did watch Child's Play on TV because we had Fear Fest. I saw Halloween Ends in the movie theater, and I absolutely loved it. Don't care what anyone else thinks. I watched Hellraiser on Hulu. The new Hellraiser I thought was brilliant. Let's see. I watched Amityville Awakening on television because it was on Fear Fest. I really liked that one. Friday the 13th Part 7 and Friday the 13th Part 8, also part of Fear Fest. I watched a documentary called Movie Hoarders on Tubi. I was fortunate enough, my wife and I went to see Terrifier 2 in the theaters. I'm not sure if she thought she was fortunate enough to see it, but yeah. Um, I watched Terror Train on Tubi, the remake. I watched Direct to Video, which is a documentary, The Blood and Flesh, the Al Adamson story. I watched that on Tubi. A new movie called Toe, which was okay. 42nd Street Memories, that was really fun. The best 50 worst movies ever, doing a little bit of research there. Um, Halloween 4 on TV, of course, because it was Halloween and it's Fear Fest. I watched Val Lewton, The Man in the Shadows, which is a documentary that I taped from Turner Classic Movies. Very interesting about the guy who created Cat People, Curse of the Cat People, and many other horror movies. I watched Halloween 4 again on TV and Halloween 1978 on television. And I ended off the month with watching a Tubi film called The Legend of Fall Creek. Now, if you guys remember, I did review Black Pumpkin on my 31 Days of Horror. The Legend of Fall Creek is the sequel. Actually, technically, it's the third one, but for some reason, Bloody Bobby does not exist. I can't find it anywhere, so we'll just call that the sequel. It was okay, not as good as Black Pumpkin, but I did enjoy it. Okay, starting off with my first honorable mention. It's going to be Cursed. I really enjoyed this film. I was fortunate enough to find this at a thrift store, and this is the type of werewolf film we should be getting. It's done extremely well, and it's a period piece. Really fantastic movie. That's The Cursed. Alright, my second honorable mention is Silent Night. This is a Christmas movie, and it's it's just disturbing in every way possible, and I loved every minute of it. Very tough watch. So yeah, Silent Night, very good film. All right, coming in at number 5, we're going to go with Two Witches. Thank you, Leon, for doing a review for this. This is an anthology. It's only got 2 parts. That's why it's called Two Witches. But it's done so well. And just like werewolf movies, we don't have a whole lot of great witch movies. And this is definitely one to add to the pile. Fantastic movie. All right, coming in at number 4 is Rent-A-Pal. Don't know why it took me so long to watch this, but man, this movie, not many movies give me the creeps. This one did. I kind of saw where the movie was going, but I guess I didn't expect it to go as far as it did. Yeah, great film. Really, really disturbing. And that's Rent-A-Pal. Also, very good film. Done extremely well. Coming in at number 3 is Paranormal Activity Next of Kin. Now, Joe and I did a ranking of the Paranormal Activity films. Definitely check that out. I won't say where it was in my ranking, but it does rank pretty high. This was a big surprise to me, and I really like where they went with it. Don't understand why it gets the hate, but yeah. It's Paranormal Activity Next of Kin. Number 2. Actually, before I get to number 2, I wanted to throw just another honorable mention in, and I don't normally do this, but this actually got kicked off the list because a lot of people probably don't consider it horror. However, I do. The Northman is basically a movie version of my favorite television show of all time, which is Vikings. There's a little bit of difference here and there, but it's more or less the same thing, and there is a lot of horror in this film. It's fantastic. Yeah. Alright, coming in at number 2 is Ghostbusters: The Afterlife. This was everything I expected it to be and a whole lot more. I loved it, and thank you, Joe. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. And at number 1, which really surprised me, is Piercing. This is considered a Neo Giallo. This movie absolutely blew me away. This is a interesting film. I don't know if it's going to be for everyone. I think the last line alone will lose a lot of people, but I absolutely loved it, and it's become a instant favorite of mine. Pays homage to a lot of gialli from the past, not only in technique but also soundtrack and set design as well. Man, this was good. Yeah. All right. Number 1, go through this again, was Piercing. Number 2, Afterlife. Number 3, Next of Kin. Number 4, Rent-A-Pal. Number 5 is Two Witches. Special shout out to the Northman. And my 2 honorable mentions are Silent Night and The Cursed. Let me know what you guys think. If you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.